Hey everyone, happy Thursday and welcome to our live. I'm super excited. I get to go to France tomorrow. It just feels like a weight has been lifted off of me after, I got stuff packed and I got the projects ready and I got this ready for this person and that person. I got all this stuff done except for this. So here we are. So I feel really great about all this. So I am in studio with Kaylee, Heidi, and Jessica. We're all here. So thank you for joining us here on this lovely 62-degree when I drove in. What is it now, Heidi? Is it warmer?
I don't know. It sounds
beautiful
right.
Sunny day here in Wisconsin. The water pretty much is normal. Would you say it's normal right now?
But in Fremont, the water is still high in the river, but at least it's in its banks.
It's where it belongs.
So we're happy with that.
Yeah. So we're like the water was like 3 feet past my upper little landing, and now it's in the channel where it's supposed to be. So it has gone down a lot. So thank you for your thoughts and prayers and all of that. And if you donated, thank you again for that, because that is much appreciated. People out of their homes for a long period of time is no fun. All right, so I have a couple announcements. I'm going to go through those, and then we have something super fun to talk about, which I've been hiding from you for feels like a long time. So by the time we get to show these, we're already moved on to 2 more fabric lines and stuff like that. So what is that? Lisa would be proud of me. Why? I am in the quilt box. I also did the old Our Flag Stands for Freedom. And a number of years ago, I have some left over. Oh, awesome. You're using it. Perfect. Way to go, Marcella. Okay. Let's start off with, I first want to start off with some anniversaries we have here at Primitive Gatherings. So we have years of service here. We have Susan Traska. She is kind of like, make sure everybody does their job. She has been here 3 years. And then Barbara Funk is our shop manager, and she has been here 4 years. So thank you, girls, for your service. And then we have birthdays. So we have Jackson Traska, the 3rd of May, Sue, the 6th of May, Traska. They are son and mother and son. And then we have Allison. Her birthday is the 7th, and Nick's was the 8th. Lynn down in Kidding is the 8th also. Joelle is the 9th. Madeline is the 10th. Autumn is the 15th, and Sherry is the 24th. So we have some shop girls and some Kidding girls in there as well. What happened 9 months prior to May? We got a lot of birthdays in May. I'm just saying. Must be like... I don't know.
Labor Day weekend?
Huh? Labor Day weekend, maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's usually something like that. Okay, so then let's go through some of the clubs here at the shop. And these are day clubs. If you're in the area or if you're local, these are your things that we usually have lots of people to hang out with. First off, we have Rug Hooking Club, May 17th. And these clubs run from 9 till 4, and we feed you lunch, and they are $25. Then we also have May 18th for Stitchers Gathering. Sit and Stitch is May 19th. And I think, was that an evening one too? And an evening session. So we'll do that into the night. May 20th, we have the Wool Club. Bernina Social is June 8th. Featherweight, same date as well. Then we have Cross Stitch Club meeting June 10th. Naughty and Nice Retreat. I'm working on this right now. It's super fun. You're going to love it. The 12th through the 18th. Now, this is a week-long retreat. Here at Primitive Gatherings, you have 2 opportunities, 12th through the 18th or the 19th through the 25th. You can stay here or you can be a day student. All of the information is on this sheet, or you can call the gathering to get more clarification. Then we also have another retreat called Works in Progress, where you bring what you want to work on and we help you along, or you just a week long of not any more projects to make, just what you already have. So this one is August 3rd through the 9th, October 4th through the 10th. Then we have All Things Pumpkin, a cotton session, which is going to be a quilt. That is August 25th. And then August 27th, we have a wool session, and that will be a wool project. Again, it's $200 for lodging students and day students $225. All Things Fall Retreat. We're going to take those projects along with some other ones, and you can have a week-long stitching here at the gathering. And those dates were the 21st through the 27th of September. And then September 30th, we have a punch class and a rug hooking class. So morning session and evening session on those. Hey, will you check that? I thought I just saw I have a retreat that somebody filled out. They asked me to teach during that time.
September.
Boise Quilt Crossing Girls. Find out when that class is. All right, and then we have Purge and Splurge, which is a fun event for stitchers, quilters, whatever you want to do. You bring in your stuff that you would like to purge from your room, and then people come and they buy and get treasures at a much discounted rate, or however that goes. And that is, I should probably tell you the date of that, right? That is October 17th. If you want to vend, we might have a few spots open for that, and you would come on the 16th and set up. And then the sale starts at 9 p.m. and only goes till 2 o'clock. All right, now we have a awesome quilt instructor named Janet Ray Nesbitt, and she is part of One Sister Designs. She is the One Sister, and they used to be the Buggy Barn Girls. All right, she has tons of books and tons of patterns here. We talked to her at market. Go on and look at her reel that I think we posted in our Stitch with Lisa Bongean group. You could see Janet there. We want to fill that class up, show her some love here. She has awesome stuff. You know what my favorite one is this one here. Count Your Crazy Lucky Stars. That one right there is my favorite. So I want to do that one. Okay, it's awesome. And there'll be a couple more. I mean, I know this isn't till October 23rd through the 24th. That's 2 days. And then we have the 26th and 27th also as a 2-day workshop where you can bring anything of hers and work on it. And then we also have a chunk show of her amazing quilts in between that time. And I'm going to bring some after I get back from France and show you some of the quilts that I've made of Janet's designs. And then we have a winter retreat, November 30th through the 6th, and then December 6th through the 12th. So those 2 opportunities there and all of that stuff. So that's what's going on here at Primitive Gatherings. And as long as we're talking about announcements, you're doing a great job of pre-ordering your mug. Just informed me of, we got a lot of them on pre-order. So if you pre-order this now, you save $5. So it gives us an opportunity to get all the mugs in-house, so we have them for you in plenty of time for Christmas gifts or whatever that looks like for you. And you will have another opportunity to order them, but you're going to be charged that $5, and we're not guaranteeing that they'll be here before Christmas. So if we order them now, this time of year, I think she's going to order on June 1st. Is that right? Or July 1st?
June
1st. And then she'll order a few, but not a ton more than what we usually sell. So get your order in for that, and you'll be happy that you add to your collection. All right, so when I was driving to Chicago to go to the H&H show, I was listening to a podcast. So I found Mel Robbins, and I don't know if any of you know about her, but one of the episode was about our physical health, our mental health, and our social health. So there's 3 different healths we need to work on. So I want you guys to go to her podcast and listen to this, because it really resonates that, yes, you know, sometimes we kind of skip out on the social part of our lives. You know, we're too tired, you know, we just don't feel like going. And the reason why we just don't feel like going is because, you know, we can make all these excuses, but what we really need is that social connection. So sometimes you put off the things that you need the most, but really once you're there, you know that you need to be bonding with your girlfriends, with your stitchers, with your family, whatever it is. Don't neglect your social health. And I thought that was pretty cool that we focus on our physical health, and then we focus on our mental health, but now we got to really focus on our social health as well to make sure we're rounding that out. Okay, so then what? Oh, and then I want to do a little shout out to my Quilter Strength Training Club. We have 10 of us working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I worked out with them the whole. I had one little glitch when I was in Chicago, but for the most part, it was awesome, and it's amazing. So I'm just super proud of everybody that's doing that with us. And maybe there might be an opening sometime for you if you want to join, because it's a 3-month program. But for right now, we're full. We got the max, and we're doing awesome. Okay. Then I want to just point out that our project form for our red, white, and blue quilt show is up on our website. So if you're going to hook a rug, if you're going to do a cross stitch, if you're going to do a wool applique, whatever it is other than a quilt, we have a special form for that. I don't know if you found that that logo. Do we have that somewhere, Kaylee, or no? The red, white, and blue one, yeah. So find that, throw that up there. Look for this on our website. This is where it is located, where you can download that. And some people wanted to know like the criteria before they signed up. Jess, can they see what they need to do before they sign up for this? Or
I don't know how the listing is. I didn't look at it, but I can tell you in a minute.
okay. All right. And then also, I was just going to say something and now I can't remember. The magic thing. All right, but red, white, and blue quilts. So get your entry forms in. This is where you will find this on our website or on our, is it Stitch with Lisa Bongean, lisabongean.com, or is it on our website?
What are you asking about?
The form to sign up. There it
It's
is.
on the website.
Okay, so find this red, white, and blue quilt show. That's where, that's our little logo for the show. Okay.
And there's a small abbreviated version of what they need to do on the product listing.
All right. So if you go in there, it'll tell you a little bit about, it doesn't give you every little detail that you have to do, but if you have any questions, you can always ask our customer service if there's anything you're looking for that you might need to know ahead of time. Okay. So let me just do this. I got to make sure I cross off my list. All right. Because, you know, I'm not very good at reading my list here. Oh, I have a business card. So I met a lot of fun quilters at the H&H show. And this is a shout out to the Quilt Patch and Lorraine McNeil. She is the owner of the Quilt Patch, and it is Tecumseh, Michigan. And she is at 112 North Evans Street, number 5. And I don't know quite where that is in Michigan, but she asked me if I would talk about her shop. And she has sewing machines, sergers, long arms, embroidery, sewing feet and attachments, and furniture. And one of the largest quilt shops in Michigan, we offer an enormous assortment of over 7,000 bolts of fabric, plus a wide selection of notions, kits, classes, and more. So there's our little shout out for our shop. Awesome. We love that. Okay. And then I want to talk a little bit about Thrive. So we're running Thrive as a block of the month. So I think we have a photo of that. So if you go onto our website under block of the months and subscriptions, if you want to sign up to make this, I don't know how many installments it is, Jess. Is it 6?
It is 6.
All
yes.
right, so you'll get 6 shipments of this, and you will make this quilt over, is it a 6 months time or is it over a year?
It's a 6 month time.
Okay, so in 6 months, you can have this wonderful quilt done. Maybe you need a scrappy gift. We have kits for it available. That's what the block of the month is. So I think we also have full kit ready or block of the month. I think you can do both. All right. And they're, again, while supplies last. We don't have a ton of them, but we had enough to still run it as a block of the month. And then to mention the Christmas in July box, if you haven't ordered that, that is a one-time box that we put out in July, and it is all about Christmas. There are, is it a combination of things? Is it quilts and wool?
No,
projects?
it's one of them is a wool box and one of them is a fabric box.
Okay, so there you have 2 different ones that you can subscribe to or sign up for. And we have a super fun, oh no, I'm doing naughty or nice right now. I didn't I'm not in charge of that one. Okay, I got it. Okay.
And if you order the wool box, the extra gifty items are not the same that are going to be in the fabric box.
Okay, so they're two totally different boxes.
The only thing that you'll get that's the same is the caramels.
Okay, yes, and we love the caramels. It's okay if we get double the caramels, right? No worries with that. All right, so I'm super excited. So when I come back from Paris, I am going to be jumping right into 3 weeks of red, white, and blue retreat. So I think the first 2 weeks in June and then the last week. And the quilt is done. It's all quilted. And look at, this is the binding. So the binding is going to switch. I can't wait to show you the quilt. I thought I might show it to you today, but we have enough stuff to show today that I think I'm going to leave it for when we get back. But you're going to absolutely love it. I think everybody who sees it wants a kit for it, even though they're not in it. So Jess and I got to order some more fabric to make sure those of you who are not in the retreat will be able to order this as well. We have to do a special order through Moda, so it's going to be about 4 or 5 months before we get the main 3 fabrics in for the quilt, but it's worth waiting for. And we will put that up a little bit later on this month or in June when we talk about that during our red, white, and blue retreat. So we also have a coupon book special coming up this month. So if you're in the coupon book, make sure you check that coupon special out and you use that. Sometimes people forget about them. So I just want to let you know that there is one coming soon. And then I want to shout out a little bit about in June, we also have a quilt along, Oh Say Can You Sew? 3? How many of you have done 1 and 2? Are you going to do the 3rd one? Super cool. They're so different, but awesome. They're going to, every bed in your house can have a red, white, and blue quilt on it. Do you need something, Jess?
Nope.
Okay.
There was an important phone call and I couldn't get it.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions? Anything I've been talking about that anybody needs to know, or are you guys handling it?
We do have a question, and I got it actually on Comment Sold as well. Sarah wants to know, she has an Oxford punch and her 1/4 inch, the rug hook or the wool
Strip
that goes through is not going through and creating the loop. It's like getting stuck.
Is the wool too thick?
I don't know.
It might be felted too much. Yeah, so sometimes not every piece of wool is going to go through there. So try a different wool that's not maybe heavily felted. Or if you have the really pretty one, the multicolored ones, I noticed those have a smaller slit in those. So you might want to maybe file it out a little bit if you can, or just try some different wool in it is my best thing, and see if you can get some wool that's just maybe a little thinner. And I will do a tutorial on this too, on a live when I come back. Okay. Good question though. All right. Anything else on questions?
Nope.
All right. And then just a reminder to keep posting your echoes and Betsy Quilt Along on the Stitch with Lisa Bongean group. Good job. I love looking at them. It's super fun seeing you get all your stuff done. Oh, what was something going to say? Nothing? Okay.
You want to know how many half square triangles are in the new Oh Say Can You Sew?
I don't think a lot.
Not 8 million? Oh.
Nope, not a lot.
Just 7.
Do you remember, is it on your desk yet, Jess? Let me look at it once. You remember what it looks like?
I do.
See if you can come.
I don't think there's that many.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
I think it's more flying geese.
Yeah, there's some flying geese. Definitely. There might be a few, but it's not like, it's not thousands. Okay. Don't hold me to that. I think Alicia's working on it right now, now that we have all of the wildflower quilts done. So we were secretly working on a bunch of those. And I just want to talk about the fabric line and the show a little bit. So it's just so hard when we don't get to talk about it. And then all of a sudden I get to talk about it all at once. So we have a little special for you. So we're going to show you the quilts. They are all on our website already. and they are all at a discount. And we're going to run a little special till the end of the weekend. We have Moda. There's a little fun little game going on. Look at all the shop owners got this little tote. And they got, if they went around to all the designers, they got the blockhead blocks for all of us that were there as a little jumping point. So there's mine right on top. And then Moda let us do our own little swag, meaning we could pick a pin, we could pick a patch, we could pick a sticker. So everybody got some, everybody was giving away something in the booths. And I picked a little charm for mine. So I'll find it in here somewhere. I know I just threw one in here. Here it is. All right. So Kaylee, you're going to have to come up really close because it's tiny. So these little charms that you can use as a necklace, I'd say it's about 1 inch big. It matches my quilt block for Blockhead 7. And 2 of these would make awesome earrings. So if you purchase something this weekend for Wildflower Gatherings pre-order, we have over 100 of these. You're going to get one of these. We're going to set these aside for this little aftermarket little party that we're having here today. All right. So I give you a little, like this was Vanessa's patch. Chrissy Lux, I think, did this sticker. I don't remember whose this beautiful little house quilt was. You remember?
Janet Claire's.
Janet Claire. Okay. So just some fun stuff. Who was the kitty? Chrissy?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, she did this as well. Sometimes they did their own, like, there's a sticker. And then Jen has a fabulous new quilt coming out that we're going to do. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. Some block stickers. My booth partner, my booth neighbor, Robin Pickens, had a really fun bee keychain. So it was super fun for the shop owners to come and collect all the little swag and everything from there. So this is, I'm a shop owner, so I collected all of mine too. But isn't that cute little package? You go to Moda, go to the show and come home with this cute little bag. All the patterns that you can start getting ready for blockheads. Super fun. All right, so my fabric line is called Wildflower Gatherings. And I'll tell you a little bit of how I came up with this different color palette. And when I say it, it's going to make perfect sense. So, you know, I like to do the Civil War colors, right? Those kind of really darker colors. But then I have all these 30s quilts all of a sudden. You remember I never used to collect 30s, but now I have about 50 of them. So what I wanted to do is come somewhere in the middle between the 30s and the Civil War and kind of tap into those colors in between those two. So I might be able to pull off some of my 30s quilts with this, or some of them still could look kind of Civil War-ish too because of the cheddar that I've picked. So the fabrics are all different colors, kind of a rainbow. You can see it here. And this color down on the bottom is not black. It's actually like a really dark brown, like dirt. So I wanted it to go with the theme of the wildflowers. And it just so happens that the theme in our Moda booth was called Bloom, and it was just so beautiful. They always do such an awesome job of Moda having like the most beautiful booth in the show, I think. So I'm going to go through all these fabrics with you as well, and then I'm going to introduce some of the quilts for you. And you said that if they also purchase a fat quarter tower, a half yard bundle, or a
Full yard bundle.
Full yard bundle, what do they get for that?
They are going to get the panel.
Okay.
And they also get a discount. So.
All right. So you get a discount, and we're going to throw in a panel, and you'll see the panel coming up. Okay. But I just didn't want to forget about that. All right. So let's just go through the fabrics. I'll hold them up and flip them. So I think this print right here is going to be the main seller in the whole line. It is a beautiful little ditzy, all different color flower cream print. Isn't it awesome? And then we have a blue, and it has both the blues in it. So this is kind of a tealy blue, and then more of like a cornflower blue here. Cornflower, not cone, corn. And then those two colors are in this kind of geometric print in there from the antique quilts. So a beautiful, beautiful print. So I love this teal blue color. And of course, they're all tone on tone, little ditzy prints. This is about the biggest you get there. And then a stripe. We love stripes for backings and bindings. And then that same geometric line print in just 2 colors. A little ditzy flower, and then the bigger flower. So that is one. And then here we go, the second one. I just really love this print. I don't know what it was, but I found that in the mill books at Moda, and I kept that, and I'm like, someday I'm going to use this for something. So I really love this type of print for backings mainly, but they look good cut up too, because there's still enough in there. You can kind of see in the quilt that they still read light. So if you go like that 4th one down, 3rd one in, you can kind of see how it is cut up. It still reads very, 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 yeah, or that top one there. So it still reads light instead of, there's still enough background showing. I really, really love that print. And then we have this Itsy Ditsy Cream with red. And then the diagonal print, again, great for backing or binding. So you can cut it straight, but it looks like you cut it on the bias. And very Christmassy, I think, as well. And then we have this like deep double dark pink or raspberry, depending on how your screen is going to read it. But it is really a bright raspberry color. And again, the diagonal. And then the red here, my red. And then this little guy here. And then the same print in the light. We are going to rekit Memory of a Masterpiece with those 2 matching prints there as well. So I don't know if we have that on our website. We might want to maybe put that up. Kind of an afterthought. I know it's in your paperwork there, Jess, so just maybe use that as a reminder. And then a diagonal print again. Isn't that great? And then here's that same print again in the yellows and golds. Cheddar, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful backing. And remember, if you order backing at the same time, you get 20% off your backing. Here's a wonderful 2-color, like we took the dirt color and the cheddar color in there and made that one. And then we have some brighter yellows. And then we have 4 cheddars, because, you know, I love cheddar. So there we have the stripe, the little sweet little swirly thing, half swirly thing. One of my favorite prints here, this all over. And then the sunflowers in just the cheddar. Do they like them? Do they like them? Everybody loved it. I was really surprised because I didn't know if everybody was going to like it or not, because it is a little different for us here at Primitive Gatherings. So here's the really dark color. It almost looks like the dark mulch or dirt. And again, the bigger flower, the ditzy, and then the real compact ditzy. And then a pretty flower print. Brown little bud, and then the swirl. Then we have purple. I know I have lots of people who love purple. So this is kind of between purple and lavender in the middle. We got a nice, beautiful floral, the little bud print, and then the cream with the purple flower on it. That's going to go over big too. There's not a lot of fabrics with purple on them. And then we have this in the 2-color greens. We have a little bit darker green in here and a lighter green. So the two colors that are on the print there we've used. And then this one right here is multicolor as well, but mostly green. Great for sashings and setting triangles. And then, of course, we have to have lots of green because of the flower garden. We have lots of green leaves. There's the stripe, the beautiful flower, and the calico looking flower. So that is the whole line. close up. So like I said, I hope you like it. And the theme also for the line is this. And I have a panel of it, so I'll show you the panel quilt first. So this project will not be in the book. This will be a single pattern. All the shop owners said, please make that a single kit and pattern, because we really love that. And some of our customers don't want to buy a book. They just want to do this. So we listened, and we're going to pull this out. We're going to do some other projects in the book as well. So there'll be pillows and table mats and stuff like that, along with the quilts that I'm going to show you next. Okay, and as I get the projects done this summer, I will definitely show you all what those are going to look like. Okay, got any questions on anything I just showed? No? All right, who wants to help me?
Oh, me.
I need 2 arms. I want to show this one first. We'll just let them rest. Oh, no, not this one. Where's the paint? That one.
This guy?
Yep. Let's show that one first. So this is the panel quilt. And I didn't do lots of work on this one. It's very simple. There we go. All right. So just 3 borders onto the panel. And this is a great statement. This will be beautiful hanging in the retreat house someday, in somebody's room or in the hallway or something like that. Just a reminder. Now, this is a panel, right? And it has stitching on it. Can you go really close up, Kay? So if you want, you can stitch this. Or you can, you can do the stem stitch here and all that. You can stitch on that if you want. And then you can do it here as well. Or you can just sew it together. So that is called, Jessica's going to tell you the names and the sizes, because she has the material there.
It is called Your Life, and it is 60 by 60.
60 by 60.
And I'll just remind everyone that all of these quilts are in a book called Wildflower Gatherings, which will be coming out in January.
Right. And if they order now, they're going to get a discount on the book as well.
Yep, they are.
All right. So everything before we do our pre-order is on sale. All right. So this one I think is called Wildflower Dance. And Jess will tell you the sizes.
Wildflower Dance, you are correct. It is 60 by 75.
All right, and this uses basically a kind of a fat quarter tower. You don't use all of the lights, but you use more, I think, than a fat eighth. So that's why I just went with the fat quarter tower, because nobody minds having a little extra of those shirting prints left over. Thank you, Heidi. So let me just talk about the one behind me. This is the one I can't remember the name of.
The one behind you? Sorry, I was answering a question. Monet's Garden.
Monet's Garden. All right. Yeah, it kind of does look that way, doesn't it? That's awesome. Okay, so this one for sure is definitely a fat quarter tower quilt. And the size of Monet's Garden is?
77 by 91.
All right, so a nice size, can go even on a king size bed if you do it this way. You only have like a, so you have about 5-inch drop on that if you don't wash it too many times. Okay, so this one is called Wildflower Patch, I think.
Correct. It is 76 by 89.
All right, so see this one, we use that raspberry print in there. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to show you its antique. You hang on to that. I'm going to quick grab the antique. It's been sitting here forever.
And then if any of you are looking for where to find all of these, if you go onto our homepage and you go to the little hamburger, where the hamburger is, and the drop-down box, go there and go to pre-orders, and you'll find it under Wildflower.
So we brightened her up a bit, but isn't it amazing? So this print is this is a bubblegum pink. So it's not a double pink like that is. But I just thought for a fun little girl's quilt or whatever, or you can just change the color of this as well if you wanted to make it more manly. You could put the brown in there That would look really cool. And then you just don't use the brown, you use the double pinks in the blocks then. But I just love to show you when I do an antique recreation. So see, there's my reminder. And we always make the quilts digital. So when you see the quilts on the website, they're digital until now. Kaylee's going to shoot these all and we'll put the real photos online at some point, I think. But isn't that fun to recreate those? And you know, I love honoring the quilt makers from the past by redoing some of their quilts on a regular basis, because why not? And they did it without all the fancy tools we have. All right, I think I got a little one here, Heidi. I'll give you a break. She's folding so nicely. You gotta lay them flat again because Kaylee wants to shoot them, right? Oh. We just love tulips around here. And I think we're at the last bit of tulip land around here.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but this is a fun little tulip quilt.
It is called Tulip Farm, and it is 54 by 69.
Yeah, so Alicia did this one. Alicia and I and Madeline did most of these quilts. We got the fabric about maybe a little less than 3 weeks before. So good job to our quilting department. The postal systems for shipping some of them from California. I think we paid $250 to overnight one quilt. But you got to do what you got to do, right? To get the quilts done in time for market. All right, and there is one quilt that we didn't get done, and we'll talk about that one in a minute as well. So this one is called what?
Wild Blooms, and it is 61 by 76.
Okay. So if you love the flowers, that's that one. I think that's the one that got overnighted. Yeah. Well, we had to have the flower quilts, you know what I mean?
So once again, all of these quilts are in the book. So you will need to have the book if you want any of the patterns for these.
So this one, I believe, is either a layer cake or a jelly roll. I prefer layer cakes versus jelly rolls, but either one will probably work. So this one, I think, is called Flower Buds or something like that.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is 74 by 82, and it is using a jelly roll.
Okay. And background.
And background, yes.
Yep. And we will show you the final quilt in the book once that one gets done. All right, so this might look a little familiar. We did Pipeline, where we didn't do borders all the way around. But on this one, it is called Wildflower Star.
Correct. And it is 63 by 63.
All right, because we put borders all the way around it. Now, just think about this. You can change out this color. So like this could be that really cool teal blue with the cream with the blues in it here. So if you wanted something more manly, you could switch it out with blue. You could switch it out with that hot raspberry. You could just have a lot of fun. And those, you know, those are basically quilt in a day when we do those big, we say weekends sometimes, but my little assistant Madeline is getting so good that I had 2 projects for her to do while I was gone to Paris. She already got one done. So now I'm trying to get her another one. All right, I love this one. Everybody loved this one too. So we're holding it sideways. I would think it would go up the other way, but I don't know the name of this one.
Morning Flight, and it is 76 by 94.
All right, so a nice big quilt here, all just flying geese with a bunch of space in between. So you're not making a ton of them. All right.
Looks like it's it.
Yeah, looks like that's it. We're going to save some of these things for just next week. I'm going to put that one underneath there. All right. So that is all of the quilts that are in the book. Wildflower Gatherings is the name of that. And remember, you're going to get $6 off the book if you pre-order that. And then any orders we get between now and Sunday are going to get that little charm in there. And we're going to sequester them aside, throw the charms in with them, or pin one to each one of those orders when we get that. And we're going to make sure that those go in there with that.
And by doing the pre-order, you get 20% off of the book and any pre-cuts that you pre-order. And then you get 15% off of any kits that you pre-order.
Okay. And what this really does, everyone, is it helps us know how many kits to make of each quilt. So like if we have one that, you know, if you all like this, you all pre-order this, then we know to order more for that kit so we can continue to make them, because we'll take quilts to show. Well, you know, not everybody watches us here on live. Jess will have some for then that she can sell on her comment sold and stuff like that. So it really helps us know which ones are going to be our best sellers when you do a pre-order for them. So we try to reward you for helping us figure out which ones are going to go. And what is the last one that we didn't get done? Can you send me that over here and I'll just show a picture of it? It looked a lot like Morning Flight. So I said to Alicia, I'm like, just get one of them done because they're kind of similar but different. So this one here is called Field of Flowers. So it looks kind of like a wildflower field. It has a lot of air and space in it. There are no flying geese though, so it's different that way, but you could see where they'd have the same look sitting in a booth. So that's why I said, Alicia, get one done and we'll be good with that one.
And
so
then
that one is also going to be on the website too.
And also as a reminder, they don't pay in full when they place the order. You're only going to put in a non-refundable
$5 order.
Yeah, each one varies a little bit. But you'll just put in part of it and then you pay it at the end. So I'm guessing you're going to end up paying probably in December.
Yeah.
Maybe beginning of January. I don't know how it was done.
Yeah, it's a January delivery.
Yep. So
I forgot to mention that. So that's good that you brought that up, Jess. These fabrics will deliver in January. So we got a little smarter, and because we had American Gatherings 3 land in our warehouse like 4 days before the end of the year. Well, if it's in our warehouse and in our system and whatever, we have to claim that on that year's inventory. So that was not very much fun. So I, from now on, asked for January deliveries for Moda to land in there. So we're not stuck with a problem that we have all this inventory 4 days before the end of the year. Okay. All right. Anything else? Did we miss anything? No, nice long show. I hope you enjoyed all the quilts I showed you. We worked super hard to get them done for you. They are light and bright and just a little tweaked up, but they're still our favorite tiny little prints that read light or dark. There's none in there that really don't, that are hard to use in quilts. So that's kind of my theory. I like my fabrics to read light or dark. And then if there are some that read both ways, there's very little of them, and they are special, like for sashings and for setting triangles and stuff like that. That's how I like to use that, especially when I'm replicating some of the antique quilts. There's a lot of that mushiness in some of the antique quilts.
We didn't do a 108 in this, did we?
No, we did not. We probably missed out on the opportunity, but I think because we've done a lot of 108 wides, it's probably somebody else's turn. They kind of spread the love there. All right. Okay, so I have some winners here for this week's show. And Heidi, I should give them something Wildflower Get. Maybe they can get something from my goodie bag from Moda. Okay, a little special, something that nobody else will have. 3 of them. All right. I can part with some of my treasures. So our winners for this show are Vicky Blakesley. It's got a Blake's and a Lee. Okay. Maddie M from New Jersey, and then NJ, and then Linda Day. You are our winners here today for our show. And then Jess will talk about this a little bit more. You want me to talk about it now? I just saw it.
I think you are. It was just for Janet.
Okay, so we'll be talking more about Janet later.
Did you tell them you weren't going to be around next week for the live? No live next week?
There will be no live next week. There will be one on the 28th. So you have off next week unless they absolutely want to do one and somebody bounces up. My friend Darcy said she would do it. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Darcy.
At what time?
Hey, she would show up if she was the main squeeze. You have anything to say, Jake? Hey. You have anything to say?
Just remember to clean and oil your Bernina.
Come and say that.
Just remember to clean and oil your Bernina.
Or your machine. Okay. He is a little biased there. He does work on the Bernina machines all day and cleaning and oiling. Not a lot of working, just cleaning and selling and delivering.
That's work.
I'm not saying it's work. I'm not saying, what I'm saying is you're not fixing a lot of them. You're more or less cleaning and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple little things I generally fix.
They can't hear you.
There's a couple little things I generally have to fix on them, but most things are usually tension related and
Yeah. Okay.
threading issues,
Yes.
things like that. So
All right. So maybe I'll post some fun stuff on Facebook from Paris, or maybe not. I don't know. But if I do it on my personal page on Facebook, not on the shop one. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me here at Primitive Gatherings, where every stitch tells a story.